What's going on, y'all? It's Jared Lanyard taking you what you need in news and interviews. Today on the show, I have two bright individuals who's going to be teaching you all about stock and stock options. Uh, their names are Ariel Castro and Ivan Knight. They are the creators of stock options trading community, logic over emotions. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, thank you for
Thanks for
having
having
us.
us.
Yeah.
All right. Um, my first question is, what is a stock? Oh, before we even get to what was a stock and all that, give us a brief bio. I'm gonna start with Ivan. Tell a little bit about yourself to my listeners and subscribers.
Well, first off, greetings, everyone. My name is Ivan. People know me as Mr. Knight. So, a little bit about me. I am a family man, retired military, did some years in service, retired recently here in 2016. Went to combat, did all that great stuff. Currently finishing up a cyber degree, and I'm also a real estate agent. Um, I have a lot of experience in different things from security operations and movements and different things in the military. And I like to travel a lot, spend time with my family, travel all around the world. Recently came from India and some other places, just enjoying time and enjoying life. So, but happy to be here. I'm happy to help people. That's what I'm all about. That's why the reason I joined into real estate and going into what this show is about stocks and options, being able to teach people how to create another stream of income to be able to better their pockets and their families and their livelihood. So that's just a little bit about me. I'll turn it over to my brother, Ariel Castro.
Hey, greetings to you guys too, all the way from Korea. So a little bit about me. I was born in Honduras, Central America, hence the name, Ariel. I'm in the military as well. I'm actually a medical officer stationed here in Korea. I have about 9 siblings. I'm married with a kid. Um, my parents are actually from Honduras as well and Cuba. What else? Again, I say military 18 years. I've been doing that for a while. Looking for retiring hopefully in the next 5 to 6 years. I enjoy different things, but more importantly, I really enjoy helping people, right? I'm in a fraternity, so we help our communities, which we'll expand upon a little bit more. Um, but helping people is really our number one priority. I am the C in KC Stock Options Trading Community, right? That's me right here, the C. Uh, and that's pretty much it about me right here in a nutshell.
All right, all right, all right. Um, so let's get right into it. So, who want to take a stab at it and explain it to my listeners who probably don't have no idea how to trade a stock? So, what is a stock?
I think I can
Let's
handle
go.
that. You want me
Let's
to take
go,
care of that, brother?
Castro.
Go ahead, bro.
So a stock is a certificate, right? It's a term they use for a certificate for a company. So usually these certificates are um, they're called shares, but a stock itself is a certificate, right? Short term for a certificate on in a company or security.
Okay, cool. So, Mr. Ivan Knight, what is a stock option?
So a stock option is pretty much, it gives you the ability to buy a contract of a portion of shares, which is 100 shares, um, with the predictability or prediction based on research that a stock will go up and down and gives you the ability to make money. It doesn't obligate you to purchase the stock, but gives you the option to purchase a contract for a certain price based on uh, the stock price of 100 shares. And we can break that down further inside of our training class. And it gives you the ability to make money whether stock goes up or down. So that's what a stock options are.
Okay, cool. So, a lot of people are saying since the COVID, take your money out of the stock market, don't invest, keep it in the bank. What are your opinions about that method?
I will say this, like it's always an opportunity to invest, right? You always got to invest into yourself and you got to invest into, your business or your craft, right? So I tell people all the time, if you're not investing into yourself, you're living foolishly. So just like we did, we saw an opportunity in which the market was dwindling with COVID-19 and the entire pandemic. We thought to ourselves, I'd say, look, what exactly could we do? What can we offer the people that they can do at home, and actually make some money? Because a lot of people are unemployed right now. So hence, we started KC stock option trading community, logic over emotions.
Yeah,
All right. Go ahead, I.
I agree with that as well. There's always opportunity to make money investing into something, but particularly into stocks and stock options. This is one of the best markets to trade in because what we teach is to do research. And the more research that you do based on the things that are going on with COVID, you want to know what's going on with these different companies. It's almost like going through college and doing online college classes because you have to look up the information in order to get the answers correct. So I say it's a great time to trade. We've made a lot of money doing this since COVID happened, even before that time, but even now, not even to prove a point, but to show people that you can make money in a situation such as this. It's not the end of the world.
Okay. So if somebody's brand new, what do you recommend them to do before they start trading? Like, should they just do research? Should they just go ahead and open up an account and start going buying up stuff? What do y'all recommend? You're on mute, Castro. You're on mute, Castro.
So we say join KC stock options trading community. Again, that's KC stock options trading community. Uh, Understand you gotta crawl before you walk, right? And after you walk, what you do, you run. So with that being said, you want to learn the basics. That's where you want to start at, right? And we can teach you the basics. And then after that, you can start crawling. I mean, after crawling, you can start walking, and then you can start running or whatever. So joining KC stock options trading community will be the best decision you ever made. What you got, bro?
Yeah, I totally agree with my brother, man. So what we offer, we have several tiers that you can purchase for a monthly subscription. And like you said, it all begins with mindset. If you believe in yourself, you can believe in the process. And we like to show proof of what we teach. We have quite a few members in the group since we launched and wanted to give back and teach people how to do this. And for the amount of money that you pay, you will pay for your subscription 10 times over in one play. Um, we haven't done all of the math, but I could say for a collective aggregated amount, I say totally in our group, we probably had over, uh, excluding me and Castro, probably 15, I say about $15,000 accumulated, probably or close to 20. So with that being said, we take what we do very seriously, giving research and giving out information to people. By no means are we financial advisors. This is all for teaching purposes, and you trade at your own risk and volatility. So, but with that being said, we're here to help. If you want the help, and we're here to teach, and we enjoy seeing people win.
All right, that's what's up. This is FYI, I'm a member of their their group, and I've learned a lot since I've been in the last few weeks, and it's pretty impressive. The community, they're really engaging. They love each other. They like to show off their earnings a lot. They like to
Just a little
flash
bit.
their stock trades. Um, so I've learned a lot. So once again, so what are some of the tools that you all utilize to make your trades or research?
It's a lot of tools, to be honest with you. In order for you to learn, you just got to be part of the group. Just to give you some examples, we always talk about logic, right? We always talk about what exactly does that mean. We look at the news, we look at different patterns, we look at different websites. One of my favorite websites is FinViz, right? FINVIZ, and we look at the charts. But most importantly, though, we look at the economy, like what the economy is doing, what are the futures are doing, right? And these may be terms, that you're not familiar with, but um, joining us is will be the best way that you can actually learn these terminology. But The futures are pretty much the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, and the S&P, right? Those are the companies that make up the U.S. economy. Yeah, exactly. So understanding how the economy is working, whether it's up, whether it's down, it allows you to make the best bet as far as any options, positions that you want to get into. But most importantly, though, the news is everything, though. Because think about it this way, right? If I just found out that a company just found the cure for COVID-19, what do you think is going to happen to that stock? Let me take a
They're gonna
guess.
break the bank.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what they're going to do. So with that being said, if you find out firsthand that, something like that is going to happen, it's going to go up. Just last week, matter of fact, just 72 hours ago, I was watching CNBC and I saw Kodak, right? The film company. Everybody, have written this company off. And I just saw that the CEO was talking about that he got he received like a $650 million loan from the government. I bought stocks in it, 150 in different platforms, and I bought options in it. Just with that news, the stock went from $2 to six. I want to say $6 to $8. I caught it at $7, right? I caught it at $7. The next day, I was making $17,000. So that's how important the news is. That's how important, you understanding your surroundings and what's going on in the world in order for you to make the best bet, in order for you to mitigate risk when it comes to stock options.
That's true. And with a little inside knowledge, what we do, we subscribe to a lot of these platforms, and 99% of them are free. You won't find too many groups where you pay a low monthly subscription to get the information that we put out on a daily basis. We give out weekly plays, sometimes daily plays. We have Q&As where we can do one-on-ones or group sessions. This coming up again this month, on the month of August, we'll be giving out another stock options book, courtesy of Brother Castro and I, that we give out to the group for free, no charge to you, and we give it out to every member, something for you to study and just to show our gratitude for sticking with us. And we just like to see people winning. So, like you said, KC Stock Options Trading Community, that's what we're all about: putting out information, teaching people how to win, creating another stream of income, and showing you how to be a detective investigating this economy we live in when it comes to the stock market.
I agree. So, I mean, y'all could be charged. I'm telling y'all, how much you pay is not. They are giving away for a great price and a great bargain. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Most people charge a lot of money for the information to give us. So I recommend y'all go try it out. My next question is, um, Apple announced today. I don't know if you are aware that they're going to do a 4-to-1 stock split.
We track it.
Can you explain to my listeners, because I'm an Apple stockholder and I'm smiling my ass off. Can you explain to them what a stock split is and how someone who is invested in Apple stock, how that would benefit them?
My brother got that. You just talked about
So,
this.
yeah, I just answered this question in the chat. Pretty much a 4-to-1 stock split is when a company takes the consolidated number of the share price. For example, Apple. I'm not looking at the actual ticker right now. For example, it'd be $400. And so from a certain date to another date, an end date, I think it's the 27th August through 31st or something like that. The stock, they're going to do a 4-to-1 split. What that means is for every person that has at stock in Apple, that's $400. For example, again, they're going to break that down 4-to-1. So doing the math, each stock share is now going to be $100. It doesn't change the value of the value of the stock or the shares you have. It's still going to total to $400. But what it does change is the quantity. So for someone who has, a couple shares of Apple now at $400 a share, that means that's more stock for you when the split happens. So what I look to happen is starting probably tomorrow and through the weekend, all the way up until the split happens, people are going to pile up on the shares who can afford them for $400 a share. So when the split does happen, that they have more shares and they're probably going to buy more because it's going to be at a cheaper price. This in turn is for small investors who don't have much money to afford the $400 share of Apple. This allows people to join in on the fun, and then which in turn builds uh, the revenue or the value of the company Apple, and which makes it goes higher and higher. So it's a great thing, 4-to-1 split.
Okay. And since you all specialize in stock options, how would you all play this stock option, Castro?
I would tell you this: it's a great opportunity, but because you got to look at Apple, what it's been doing for the last 5 years, right? It's continuously going on an upward trend. So if you got $400, right, in four Apple shares, right, it's just a matter of time before that $100 per share turns into 200 and 300 and 400. So ideally, you want to have more shares in order for you to capitalize on the long term, because Apple is not going anywhere, as you guys can see. It just beat earnings what today after hours. So it's a great opportunity for you, like my bro says, to purchase it very cheap, $100, instead of buying, one share for 400. Now you could buy one share for $100, and you got four shares now. That's a good opportunity for you to make more money in the long term.
Okay.
And to add to that, tomorrow, a few things could happen. If you practice logic and not emotion, you'd be more prone to hold what you have, or you can take profits on the earnings run up, wait for a dip, and buy back in. There's two ways you can play that, and so that's going to come with reading the charts,
Well, can
because there's
you
going
can
to
you explain what a dip is and a pullback? Because
so
most people don't know what that is.
so a dip is pretty much if a stock is running up. Let's say Apple's at, for example, 355 and it makes 400. Then it falls back again at 375, and that's the lowest it goes for that time frame. Let's say the first 5 hours of the market, and it hasn't moved from 375. You want to catch it at that low point, which is a dip, in anticipation for it to go back up to the high of the day, for example, which was $400 a share. So that's what a dip is. So tomorrow morning, people may wake up and say, "Hey, I made enough profit on Apple holding it through earnings," and they may sell it, which is called a sell-off, which is where people will sell the shares that they have for a set price based on what they desire. Once that happens, the stock is going to drop. How far it's going to drop, we don't know that. But that's just one strategy most people are going to take, because the whole goal in doing stocks and trading options is to make profit. So some people don't care to hold on to the stock for the 4-to-1 split. They just want the money to invest in something else. Others may want to hold it long term, take their profits, and then the second play you can do is just buy back in at a dip. And I hope that explains it in a simple way for people to understand.
Yeah, it was good. So people always ask, because I've been trading for a few months now. People always ask me, what is a good amount to start off with? Castro, you want to take a stab at that question?
Yeah, I can take a stab on that. We tell people you have to look at, what you can afford. What are you willing to lose, right? When it comes to options or even stocks, what is an amount of money that you can afford to like put away as a nest egg and see what happens to it. So we're not going to tell you what exactly is that amount. You got to make that determining factor for yourself. Sometimes we tell people $500, 250, but you gotta tell us, and then we turn that money into, a few $1,000s. So you gotta determine that for yourself.
Okay. So when you all are researching these stocks and developing your patterns, um, how do you all research? Like, can you give me an example where you can tell me a difference between a good company and a bad company?
That's
I don't think there's a such thing as a good company and a bad company.
Okay.
Because, for example, and this is by no means for advertisement or anything of that nature, or to speak, bad language against Johnson and Johnson. And I use them for example. Uh, if you do some research, you'll find that a lot of their products had certain things within the ingredients that weren't healthy for certain people based on their skin type or the composition, particularly babies. So many could say that Johnson and Johnson isn't a reputable company because of the ingredients they put in their products. But on paper, when it comes to money and the money that they make, they're a pretty good company. So you have to set aside your feelings for a company and put in the logic when it comes to looking at their financials and see how they can benefit you. These are mega companies, and we're on the outside looking in, seeing how we can benefit from learning the skills of trading stocks and doing stock options to benefit from that. So I say to do your research to determine what is a bad play and a good play when it comes to financials versus the actual company that you're putting your money into to make an investment into to get money back.
Okay.
And I will echo the same thing my bro is saying. But you're looking at different things whenever you buy an option and also a stock, right? That's different things that you look at. But overall, yeah, that's no good or bad company. It's it's really relative, as we say, isn't it? So
Okay. So, what are some of the trading platforms that y'all use? I know y'all are the great multitaskers and y'all use multiple platforms. What are some platforms that y'all use to trade?
um,
Go ahead, bro.
you want to go first? Okay. So I like to do this, right? And my bro and I, we getting into this. We use all platforms, guys. We use Webull. We love Webull. Webull is like amazing when it comes to like a central location in which you can find all the news. You can look at all the charts and indicators. We like Robinhood as well because it's easy on your, on your palm, on your own little computer or even your own phone or whatever. You can travel with it and you can make trades quickly or whatever. And one of my personal favorites is TD Ameritrade. And of course, we use E-Trade as well. But it really depends on what you want to use it for, right? Like when I use all three of my platforms, when I do long plays, meaning that if I have an option for about 6 months or longer, such as I have like on AMC Theater, and I'm not gonna give the rest out, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to join the group in order for you to get all that info or whatever. But on Webull, I have my long play, 6 months to 12 months out, and I also have most of my stocks there. That's where I have like majority of my money, and and I have on TD Ameritrade. That's why I do day trading, right? So I trade there, or swing trading as we call it. If you trade past the 24 hours, and then on Robinhood is really the place where I just like I do a little fun stuff. Like I just gave myself a challenge. I'm gonna turn 600 bucks to 6,000, and I was supposed to do that in 2 months, but I did it in 48 hours, and then I redo that again or whatever. So I use different platforms. We use different platforms for different things, and I know my bro is about to echo probably the same thing I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add to that. Like you said, we I use the same platforms pretty much for the same things. We have all three brokers under our belt. And with that being said, when you join the group, we can give some insight about each platform to help you. What you don't want to do is um, join a platform and not know how to operate it.
Yeah,
So that leads for a lot of confusion on your behalf. And then if you jump into a play without us knowing what your platform is or that you did it, it takes a lot more effort to get you out of it so that you don't lose money. So, make sure you study the platforms, do some YouTubes, and Google and see what you can find out about it before you actually invest into a platform. And then, jump in.
yeah.
Okay.
You know what people don't realize, Jared, is that no one's gonna teach you that. No one's gonna teach you how to like navigate or be a tech on different platforms. I mean, we get calls all the time. Hey man, how do I do this on this platform? We just had, Maseline, right? She just joined a group a few weeks ago, and
Mm.
she was using a certain platform, TD Ameritrade. She didn't know how to place a trade. I said, okay, let me walk you through it. We did a Zoom call. I said, let me walk you through it or whatever. She was like, oh, I got into this play, and she was like, oh, I don't know how to sell it. Same thing. I went on there. I did a Zoom call with her one-on-one, and I showed her how to do it, and she made $200 her first play. But we say that to say that we use all platforms, and we'll send you YouTube videos if you decide to join this group. Most groups are not going to give you that information or give you that one-on-one coaching where, we teach you and we do the um, technical side of our house in order to make sure that you're taken care of. So,
Okay. Can you please explain to the listeners and subscribers what is a dividend?
oh,
We'll
my
take a
bro
stab at
got
that.
this.
Ivan.
So let me see here. A dividend. I'm drawing a blank. Um, oh, okay. So are you asking what are dividends as far as how do you accumulate them, or I put it
Yeah,
this
just
way.
yeah, however you want to
So
explain it. I know the different ways.
when you invest in stocks, you get what they call a dividend. It's pretty much the short version. A company will pay you because you own shares in that company, based on
Yep,
their quarterly or annual um, uh, payouts. So,
yep,
with that being said, you have to do your research and find out which companies do that in order to invest in the right stocks. And the more shares you have, the more dividend payout you accumulate. So
yep,
it's best to put the extra money that you get from whatever you invest into stocks that pay dividend, because it's basically somebody paying you to have their stock.
yep,
Simple as that.
yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this, like, so think about Apple, right? So, bro, right now, Jared, you got about what? Let's say you got about 200, 100 shares of Apple, and then it splits to what? Instead of 200, now you got 800. And each in one of these shares, right? 800, you got 800. It's $6 every quarter. So you multiply 6 times your 800. It's like taxes that you get in every quarter. You can't beat that. So that's why, we always say, hey, try to find some stocks. And in KC Stock Options Trading Community, we find them for you and we give them to you. And the only thing you got to do is pick from the menu, right? Stocks that pay dividends so you can make a little money every quarter.
Okay. So that's some good information right there. So something recently that I just found out about, maybe about a week ago, compound interest.
Oh, okay.
Can you all explain a little bit about compound interest? Because I just found out about this about a week ago. You want to
Are
take a
we talking
stab at
about
it, Castro?
compound interested on what? The interest in what?
I think it's interest. I believe it's interest on dividends. I believe.
I never really heard compound interest on dividends. I've heard compound interest in like on principle of like something that you own or deposits.
Okay. Well, I heard something about compound interest on
So
stocks.
it's basically reinvesting your interest, right? Reinvesting
Okay.
whatever you earn, into a play or positions or shares or whatnot. So instead of you actually taking that interest out, you just keep investing it in order for it to accumulate. So that's what it is. Um, you may have compound interest that is monthly. You may have it quarterly or yearly or annually, right? So the whole thing is like reinvesting the money over and over and over again in order for you to maximize or optimize your profits.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
the the other version of that is for compound interest is just different things that you can invest into, like he said, in order to make money, i.e., real estate. Um, what we have is stocks, CDs, bonds, and things of that nature. So that's the other side of what compound interest investments are. But with compound interest, um, you continue to stack, like you say, the money that you make with other plays in order for that to grow. Because that's the whole point of you investing, to grow your money. So we can dive more into that as well within the class. Speaking of that, we have within our uh, personal Facebook group, community Facebook group, we have a section where we put all this information that we created ourselves in PowerPoints videos and stuff to explain things, and we encourage people to go look at those. The moment they join the group, the more you know, the better we can help you. It shows that you're a good student. As we stay learning from each other and we study on a daily basis. Believe it or not. Currently, it's 12:38 a.m. where I'm located. I know it's morning time for my brother Castro, and so
Yeah.
this has to let you know how dedicated we are for this. Um, I was excited, to get the information that we're going to be on this podcast. So we thank you for allowing us to be up here and spread the love. So yeah, we put the same energy and effort on a daily basis into our craft to be able to give you the best product possible. So how's
Okay.
that for compound interest?
I love that.
That's cool. So how many hours do y'all say y'all put in per day or per week on researching? Because y'all be sending out stuff all through the night, through the day. I'm like, I'll be thinking about it. When do y'all go to sleep? Because y'all be sending so much information out in the group.
I think the beauty with us though, like me and my bro, is that our work ethic, right? Just being in the military and the people that we are, but it's a continuous process when it comes to researching. And we feel that as soon as we get the information, we have to put it out in order for you guys, the community, right, to make a decision on it. We take our part and say, hey, this is the logic behind it, this is the analysis behind it, and this is what we're thinking about doing. My bro said earlier, we're not financial advisors. We don't tell you exactly what to do with your money, how to do it with your money, but we tell you, hey, this is what we're gonna do with our money. So we don't really sleep much. I know today, I want to say I probably slept 2 hours. My kids, my son got up, nephew, Ivan's nephew got up around 3 o'clock in the morning. So he was up in here, making money with me. And so he went to sleep. And then I said, you know what, let me take 2 hours. So I went to sleep or whatever. And that's that compound interest into ensuring that, the guys in our community are very successful and they have the information as soon as we get it, as soon as it's out in the media or the news platforms.
Okay.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I have an obligation. Now, mind you, I met my brother here back in 2002. We went to basic training
Yeah.
together. So we've served together for many, many years and known each other since that time frame. So, but when he sends me information, no matter what time it is here, if I'm up, I'm going to respond to it. And we, based on our time zone, it kind of works in our favor when information comes in because it allows us to research it and get back to it's almost like doing a baton relay. You pass the baton, now it's your turn, and we go back and forth until it's time to come together again, and we collaborate on the information that we receive from different sources and different platforms, and then we share that with each other, see what we can pick out of that, then we put it out, and then we allow the community to decide what it is that they want to do with that information, and then it goes from there.
All right. Cool. All right. So let's say we got an individual. They open up their brokerage account. Let's say they trading on Robinhood, and like some people like myself has done, they are in some other stock investing Facebook groups, or they looking at the news and they see that this stock is surging. Like recently, the Kodak stock was surging.
Yeah.
So and they decide to follow the crowd and invest. What are some of the do's and don'ts that a new investor should and should not do? Because I've been a victim of falling into the crowd and the masses and buying stock, and then the next day it goes down to like pennies
Yeah.
a dollar.
Jerry, you know better than I do that we have a list of we call it KC stock options trading rules, right? And it's a list of rules, but we always say, I mean, I know my brother always say this. He say, look, don't follow the wave, right? Don't ride the wave. That's what he always says or whatever. So if something's hot, if you get in it just because somebody else is doing it, most likely you're not gonna, we call it sad emojis. You're gonna be seeing a lot of sad emojis.
Yeah.
If you if you ride the wave or whatever. So um, one of our rules, I'm just gonna give you an example about Kodak, right? I was watching the news and the CEO of Kodak came in and he talked about his company. And I said this, it went from $2 to $6. And I said, hey, this company's gonna be big, right? Bought a few hundred shares of it, made about 17K on it the next day because it went all the way up. And then I sold it. But some of our rules is this, like rule number one, and this is not in order. We say only invest 10% of your liquidity or cash that you have in your account into a position. So if I have $1,000, I should only be investing $100 into a position. You know, Another rule is that always practice logic over emotions, right? Have a reason, a why in which you're actually going to execute or trade a security or position. If you fall in the wave, most likely you're going to have some sad emojis, and we don't want you to have sad emojis. but that, but that's different. That's other rules too that we have within the group in order for us to mitigate risk, right? So that's what we teach. We want to make sure that you're mitigating risk in order for you to maximize your profits. That's the number one priority. We want to make sure that you're in the green. We're not gonna always win, but understand even a loss is a win because it's a lesson, right? But if we winning 75, 80% of the time, hey, that's happy emojis right there. That's my bro.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you just want to, and it's okay to, get information from other sources. But when you have such value in a group such as ours and KC Stock Options Trading Community, you'll be able to compare it and see that what we offer is a whole lot more. Because I can almost guarantee, and some of these other groups that are out there, it's just a matter of people riding the wave and a headline coming through. And to give you 100% fact, so my bro, he sent me that Kodak play. I think I was asleep. When I woke up, I looked at it, but I didn't do my due diligence on it. So guess what I didn't do? I didn't get into play. So that's how we keep each other in check. Not to say that I don't trust his word or his judgment, but for me, if I didn't do my due diligence, what are him and I going to conversate about? If he asked me a question, I can't answer it. I didn't do my homework. So as many plays as we go through, or companies that we research, best believe that we know enough about them,
Yeah.
at least some years back and what's to come, to be able to give it out and it be on point. So yeah, I say all that to say to make sure you do your due diligence with anything that you're getting, but understand for the value that we offer, we've already done our due diligence. We're just passing it to you for you to do yours as well, so that we all can be successful together. So, yeah.
Okay. And doing all this research in stock trading and staying up all night, how's y'all work-life balance? How y'all able to run multiple businesses, work full-time job, and trade? Because I'm telling y'all don't understand. Like they don't sleep. Like they always sending out information. You think I'm exaggerating? I am telling you, they are always sending out information. And like I be thinking about like when do they go to sleep? So how is y'all work life balance? Because y'all do multiple things. Y'all have families. Y'all in relationships. I mean, it's crazy. How do y'all balance it all?
I think I'm learning more balance from my bro because sometimes I get so caught up and I have like an addictive personality, addictive to be successful. You know, he said, he would say, bro, we're gonna be millionaires. I wasn't even thinking about that. I said, okay, that's cool. You know, I say, if we land amongst the stars, we good, right? But we tag team more importantly, and I learned balance through him because he was like, look, man, you got to prioritize your family. And I said, you know what? You're absolutely right on that because I work about 12 to 14 hours a day. I like to run in the morning, and then I get like 2, 3 hours of sleep. I usually sleep on the weekends a little bit more or whatnot. But I find balance by prioritizing the things that are more important, which is family. And and I even spoke to my wife. I said, look, I know I've been given this project, this business, a lot because I want to make sure we want to make sure that everybody's successful. But I'm only going to trade 3 times a week, right? And so it's communication between the people who are really important to you, and try to find, not only find a balance within yourself, but having your loved ones help you find that balance. I think that's key. And of course, listening to my bro. So
No,
How about
man,
you, Ivan?
I don't take no credit for that, man. For me, man, I pray for the both of us and the community as well. And if you wonder who I pray for, I pray to God, Jesus. But aside from that, man, we learn structure through the military, and then just you develop your own skills as you move along. For me, as I say, I'm a full-time real estate agent, full-time student, and cybersecurity um, uh, participant. I put it that way. I'm not gonna tell you what I do in cyber, but aside from that, yeah, you do have to put what's most important and what's going to keep you happy first and foremost, which is family. The same for my wife and I. I've been busy here the last few weeks and some months with transition and different things, and I also run some other companies aside from my real estate business. Um, the shirt that I'm wearing, it's another clothing company that I have, and some other things as well. So, with that being said, time blocking is key, and being in a partnership with someone else, you have to know, and you have to be able to speak up freely without your emotions getting in the way. Especially when it comes to business, everything we have is legit. We own everything you see. Even this shirt I'm wearing that has nothing to do with the call. To stay focused, stay fresh. This is trademark. That shirt my brother has on for my company. It's copywritten. So everything you see, we own it. It's just not something that we slapped on something and say, "Hey, check this out." The domain that we have, we own everything that you see. So with that being said, that shows you the excellency that we put into our daily lives, from our family all the way down across the board. So time blocking is key, balance is key, communication, keep that open, and be realistic about what you want to do. Some days you be like, hey, you don't have to trade every day, just don't.
yeah,
You may want to rest and sleep. And so my bro will be quick to tell me, hey man, I'm about to go to sleep. And I'm just gonna say okay. And when he hit me back, that's when he hit me back. And I can do the same thing with him. It's no hard feelings. Or if he's trading and hey bro, I'm not trading today. It ain't no questions of why or what are you doing or what's going on. It's just, all right, man. Get some rest, man. Have a great night. See you tomorrow. And so you keep it on that level playing field, man, open, and that maturity. And it all boils down to, you can apply to anything, logic over emotion. And it's logical for you to get sleep so you won't be grouchy and you can focus when you are trading, or be there for your family when things come up. So yeah, that's everything in a nutshell when it comes to life balance for both of us.
Okay, cool. So, what was that moment that you knew trading stock was a huge success and that you knew you were going to trade this for the rest of your life? What was that moment?
Um, for me, it was I've been trading since 2005, and I started with USAA, to be honest, and then I jumped into TD Ameritrade. And back then, there were a lot of stocks floating around at that time frame. The market had just wasn't doing that great. I was in Iraq, and I had a lot of time on my hands and whatnot to research things, and I was making good money. And fast forward to now, I'm still making good money. I'm averaging anywhere from 7 to 10K on a weekly basis. Um, you ain't got to believe me. I'm not here to show it to you, but I'm not gonna lie to you either. So, uh, but with that being said, the moment comes when you understand what you're doing. Um, when you figure out, like my bro says, when you figure out why something is happening, and then you figure out how to do it, it makes more sense, and we enjoy it. I say we, because I'm partners with my bro. We enjoy it, so it's not something that you're forced to do. And once you figure that out, say, hey, this is pretty cool. And to be honest, all the money I make, or a nice percentage of it, it goes to my family, my wife, and my daughter, to be coming up here. So I do it because I have the skill, and I like to do it, and it's fun. And then aside from that, I like teaching people as an instructor. I'm a leader with both our leaders by nature. So that's what we do. We lead. And yeah, that moment was just when I said, hey, how can I continue to benefit but help other people? So that was a moment for me.
Okay. How about you, Castro?
I think the moment for me, just going back, I've been trading for over a decade, and when I started making about five to $15,000 a week, you know, um, I said, you know what? I think I'm pretty successful in this thing. And same thing my bro said. When I'm able to take that money and put it into different things, right? Like family. Um, I'm part of well, I'm actually the incoming president of a nonprofit organization, and taking that money and being able to help the community. I was born in Honduras, Central America, like I said earlier, and taking some of that money and being able to give back to my community in Honduras, um, that to me is success. Not It's not just about the money, but being able to help others. Because it's who much is given, right? Much is expected, right? So little money that we do make or that I make, I make sure that I spread it around the community. I make sure that I help my family, and more importantly, I mean, we help our community and KC stock options trading community, so people can be as successful as us, so they can spread the wealth to, different things that are important to them.
Okay. I agree with everything you just said. Like, just to even give you an example, since the COVID, I've been trading stocks more, have more time, and now I'm telling people about it. I mean, explain about it. Like my brother-in-law recently, he got a tattoo, and it was like I think it cost him about between $200 $250, and he called me, my brother-in-law, and he called his sister, saying showing her all the tattoo. Yeah, I got a tattoo too. So they gave the phone to me. And I said, how much that tattoo cost? He was like, about $200 $250. I said, now, why you got the tattoo? He gave me his reason why. I said, now tell me this, what you could have done with that money, the $200 $250. And he looked at me like, I know, I should have invested in some stock. I said, right. Why? If you would have invested that money in stock, what would happen? I'd have bought an asset that would be making me money. So
Yep.
me, like, I'm affecting our community, like you said, I'm affecting my family members. So I'm trying to make everybody think about generational wealth. So
Mhm.
learning about stock and how business is running, how the stock market run has really opened my mind up. Like I'm really having an epiphany trading with the stock market. So I learned a lot. So what is the future of the KC option trading community?
Well, as a tech guy, I can say we have a lot of stuff coming up here. We've revamped an official website. It's pretty. Every I is dotted, T is crossed. We're going to launch that here real soon.
Okay.
Um, going to get into more Q&As with members. Members are coming in very quickly from all over the world, and it's just a joy to see. With that being said, we're going to start talking about more about some stocks as well, and dividends, stocks that yield dividend, to give people more of a better overview. And our goal by the end of the year is to have pretty much everybody in the group as it grows. Today, there's I think 74 people in the group total, uh, including us two, to be able to trade and teach other people within these next few months. And so each person within the group, we're going to challenge everybody, and we'll put this out to bring in one person. But before you bring them in, to be able to explain to them why they should join and how much of a benefit it will be for them to join, so they can teach somebody else. So like they say, each one teach one. Yeah, that's just a little bit of what's coming up. We'll also probably be releasing some merchandise. As you see, what my brother has. There's also a ball cap that goes with that same shirt, and some tumblers or mugs, whatever you want to call them, with the logo and stuff on it. Just some memorabilia for people to have to represent what we represent. So yeah, you never know. As soon as COVID is lifted, we're taking flights. We're gonna be doing some seminars, talking to a lot of people. Mark my words on this day. So it's already set up. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time.
Okay. You had anything else to add there, Castro? Or are you fine?
My brother covered it all, to be honest with you. Took every syllable from my mouth, you know what I'm saying?
All right. So what information, what's your social media handles? What's the website that you can come sign up to join the Option Club? I recommend it. Trust me, it's eye-opening to me, and you will get great information from these two individuals because they don't sleep. So how they can reach y'all?
So you can Google KC Stock Options Trading Community. It'll come up as number 4 on Google. I know that because I did the analytics for it. And click on the Patreon group link to subscribe. You can find us as well on Facebook under the same name, KC Stock Options Trading Community, and it'll pop up with the big money green symbol with the KC in the middle. And but before you do that, you have to subscribe to the Patreon link for a monthly subscription. You can check out the tiers that we have available to see which one fits you best, and make your decision from there. And then from that point, we'll of course greet you with open arms into the group and get you started with learning one of the, I think one of the best profitable trades and skills that you can learn right now in 2020, in this moment, in this hour. So again, Google KC Stock Options Trading Community.com. It'll pop up. Click the Patreon link, subscribe. We'll see it as soon as it comes through. Subscribe to the Facebook group, and we'll let you in the group, and we'll go from there.
All right, Castro, you got anything to say?
You can also find us on Instagram, the gram as they call it. So I'm Halcyon02. That's HALCYON 02. That's my Instagram, and my bro, you can find him on the Night Way 17, THEKNIGHTWAY 17, the Night Way. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put all these in the description notes so you all will be able to find them. So you all can join the group just like me and make that money.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you. Look, I'll tell you what, I'll be on Facebook and I'll be seeing people post how much money they got. I'll be like, man, I need to get on my game. I'm calling my phone. So I want to thank you all for coming on the show. Hopefully we can do a few more episodes, get more in depth. Maybe we can do some trading live if that's possible. But I know our scheduling conflicts since y'all in the whole other side of the world. But we'll make it work. Make sure y'all subscribe to the podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check us out on Periscope. We on all social media outlets. Lanyard Legends Podcast. Thank y'all, Ariel, Castro, Ivan Knight. Thank you for coming to the show. Thank you. Have a good day. We out.
Appreciate it.
Out of here. Peace. Thank you for having us.